here Shabbat night class, right? While we wait for everybody online to log in, we ask that everybody in class to make sure your phone is on mute. Make sure you share the link on your social media pages. Let's get those algorithms out. Most importantly, let's get the word of the Most High out to heal and comfort the people of Yasharala in these last and evil days. We also ask you to make sure that you subscribe to our other brother schools, the S.O.W. Rochester YouTube page, the S.O.W. Houston YouTube page, and also our San Antonio Sword of Truth, S.O.T. San Antonio YouTube page. Between the 4 schools, you have classes from Monday to Saturday. And then you also have the brothers, Mashaba, Tazapah, Ranabad, the guy that do Blog Talk Radio. That's blogtalkradio.com/Mashaba. blogtalkradio.com/Mashaba for a whole history of classes on many various topics. We also have to check out, we ask you to check out our Israelite Media Corp YouTube channel, Hidden Truth YouTube channel. The brothers are doing an excellent class on marijuana.
Oh, yeah.
Marijuana, along with tonight's topic, you want to talk about in these last days, some of the strongholds, the burdens that plague the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, where you got to put marijuana on the top of that list. Our people associate marijuana with black culture,
Right.
like we're being hood. No different than what we're going to go over tonight, this porn, right? Porn addiction. So make sure you check out the various streams and stay tuned for the S.O.W. Kids Corner channel on YouTube. Coming soon with some new content for all the little children of Israel, right? Does anybody have any questions in class? Con. Just give me a second to log in online. Did everybody share the link?
Trying to share it all.
Make sure you hit the thumbs up, right?
Like, share,
Do we
subscribe.
have any announcements? Well, for everybody, for all the brothers that plan on attending the Passover, and you want to be in unity, get your Passover garment money in. I believe that when's the deadline, sis? You know?
What I heard is the end of this month.
Okay, the end of this month for your Passover garment money. For all the brothers that wish to be in unity, the Most High deals with unity. He deals with decency and order, so why not us move the same way, rehearse those acts? So Passover this year will be in Rochester, New York, hosted by the Rochester camp. The brother Zainala, the brother Shaquat Kabar, and the Akim and Akwakim out there in Rochester. So let's get that money in as soon as you can. Also, alms, we mentioned it because it's needed, it's appreciated. So we ask that all the brothers and sisters that have in the past, please continue to do so. And you can send that Zelle to Priest Kazakia, 757-300-4047. So listen, we're gonna get right into it. Tonight's class, how to fight porn addiction. I think we have to change the title. How to fight porn addiction. Once again, how to fight porn addiction. And this is a topic, there should be nothing that we can't talk about. There should be nothing that, we feel is taboo to talk about. Why? Because that's where Satan lies. That's where Satan's at. He wants to dwell in those secret sins. You think about last Friday's class, we started off in the spirit of exposing the wickedness that has been planted in us, as an evil seed. And if we don't eradicate that, if we don't uproot it, what is it going to grow to? When we look at the news, right? There's been look at the heinous crimes that's happening out there. The sex trafficking. Who was that was talking about sex trafficking today? Oh, that was the Norfolk police officer. Right here in Norfolk, 757, they had to stop a young girl from being abducted. Right here. Why? What do they want to do with this young girl? Well, we know there's a lot of wickedness that they do pertaining to sex. You know, and sex is not wicked, right? Contrary to what you may have been taught in church, sex is not a sin. But who taught you how to have sex? Who taught you about sex? Well, who taught you about sex? When did you first learn about sex, Aharon?
That would be on the TV, sir.
What? On the TV? How many brothers and sisters learn about sex from porn? I mean, I gotta be honest. Who had their parents tell them about sex? Who just figured it out on their own? And some people like that. Just freestyled it. And, you know, it brought, with having to learn it on our own, with having to learn it from the nations and their wicked devices, it brought a lot of strongholds, a lot of misunderstanding when it comes to the act of a man lying with his wife, do benevolence. So we got to make sure that we start doing the things in the gospel, right? And it starts with breaking free, right? Being free from these lies. So we're going to start off. Somebody get a definition of abstain. Abstain. And the first point of the title is, are you a servant of the flesh or Yahweh?
God.
Are you a servant of the flesh or of the Most High? Yahweh, right? Somebody else gets 2 Ezra 7 and 55. 2 Ezra 7 and 55. You got the definition of abstain?
Abstain, God.
What you
You
got?
know, Webster 1828, abstain. It says, in the general sense, to forbear or refrain from voluntarily.
To forbear or refrain from voluntarily. Anybody else? I got some synonyms, right? Avoid, detest, shun, refuse, and decline, right? We're going to go back to some of these words. Read that 2 Ezra 7 and 55. Because we got to start this off. If you're dealing with this porn addiction, what is it showing about a brother or a sister? Well, it shows who you serve. Are you serving a father or are you serving your flesh? Read.
2 Ezra chapter 7 and verse 55. You know? And that the faces of them which have used abstinence shall shine above the stars.
Right, that abstinence is what's the root word of abstinence? Abstaining. And what was some of the, anybody else with another definition? Right. Anybody else with another definition of abstinence? Let's see. Let me get one real quick. Oh, here go one like this. Deliberately refrain from. Wait, no. They talk about voting. Yeah, that's a lot. What else you got? Go ahead. What you got?
It's for the Oxford language. It says refrain oneself from doing or enjoying something.
Okay. I got one. To hold oneself aloof, to forbear or refrain voluntarily, and especially from an indulgence of passions or appetites. Right? So, what is it saying? Read it again.
And that the faces of them which have used abstinence.
Right, the ability to refrain from your appetites. Now, is it talking about the lamb? Are we talking about, you got an appetite to read, to be in the scriptures, to have good communications? No, we're talking about the wickedness that comes with this world, right? In today's time, that porn, right? Showing you about things that are unlawful, right? Things that it's not supposed to be known, what people do in their bedroom, right? What's up, Vanessa?
I got the synonyms for refrain.
Okay, what else you got? Cause I read a couple. You got more? Give me three. Give me three good ones.
Withhold.
Withhold, right? So you withhold yourself again from the passions, the negative passions, right? The desire to, oh wow, she's got a nice shape. I wonder what she looks like naked. Think about it. This place has trained the Hebrew Israelite man, the Hebrew Israelite woman. You're undressing brothers and sisters that you don't even know if they married or not. Right? You don't even know if they have a husband or not. You're already addressing them with your eyes. I wonder what he looked like naked. He got some nice arms. I wonder what she looked like naked. She got some nice toes. Right? It's not, I mean, think about how far the perversion has gone. It's gone to the point where it's not uncommon for people to talk about their sexual passions in public. And we're not talking about lawful ones. We can go into it. We talk about some of the real, most defiled, the most filthy, imaginations that they do in the bedroom because they think like the Greeks, like the heathens.
John.
But those of us that love the Most High, we're supposed to refrain from everything they try to indoctrinate us with. These perverse addictions, these perverse desires, right? Read on.
And that the faces of them which have used abstinence shall shine above the stars, whereas our faces shall be blacker than darkness.
Come on.
For while we live, we committed iniquity.
Right, and that's the whole, when we read Psalms 83, right, that these nations were confederate to cut us off from being a nation. Well, let's look at what porn does. Let's look at what porn does. Well, let's see, who, go ahead, what did you say?
I didn't hear this. I got another definition of abstain.
Okay.
It says to refrain from indulgence. Have we read that?
Yeah. What you like about that?
Right, because it reminds me of just seeing commercials on TV and seeing all the pastry, right? Seeing it, they talk about how you can have appetite, you can have this too, right? These are decadents, right? These are like if you got money, if you got wealth, you can get these too, right?
Yeah.
If you can get these things of the world. These are the prominent or decadent things of the world, right? That status, right, and money and notoriety gets you, right? So those are things that people indulge in, right? And people work in order to get those things because they want to indulge in them.
They want to indulge in. And
Right.
then when you look at, I like that because it said indulgence, right? Things that you desire, your passions. Now, if you go by what TV, right? Look at what the people look at what the people in the media, right? The so-called celebrities. Look what they put out there, right? You want to be like the P. Diddy, right? But look what kind of life P. Diddy was living. He was living that life that people that deal with porn addictions
Right.
are like, wow, not only do I get to be famous, but I get to live out all of my freak perversions.
Yep.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Right? And look how filthy, like, he's been exposed. And I'm not just singling him out because he's not the only one. But look how far that'll take you. See, and these are the kind of classes that brothers and sisters don't want. They want the S.O.W. devil, right? They want, just because you match the paper bag, you pass the paper bag test, you go into heaven, right? You want all the quasar classes, but when it comes to the things that really affect us and keep us in a base state,
Right.
with your fringes on,
Right.
with your Hebrew Israelite name, you don't want to talk about that. You want to avoid that.
Right.
Why? Because it shines a light on the filth that's still in us. When this gospel is supposed to be doing what? Sanctifying us, cleansing us, right?
Yeah,
It's setting us apart.
Con.
When you think about what porn attention, what does it do? Well, it makes you engrafted into the heathens.
Yep.
You make love with your woman like a heathen. You have sexual passions like a heathen. You have such a heavy concupiscence that you don't regard the word of the Most High. You don't look at his feast days like the Sabbath as something to where I have to refrain myself. No, you like I need it every single day, every single hour. What the guy had the song back in the days, Adidas, All Day I Dream About Sex. Y'all remember that? I know I'm a little old. He had the song All Day I Dream About Sex. But is that not what America, that's not what the media wants you to do? Look at the commercials. The commercial, you selling a car, why she got a bikini on it? You selling life insurance, why is the top all the way down like this? Life insurance, say. Like you go on grocery shoppers, why are they at the melons? Why is it two melons next to each other? Why are they picking up eggplants?
God.
Because they put these innuendos in your mind. Go ahead.
Remember the old Carl Jr. commercial with Cindy Crawford?
Oh,
How she
okay.
used to seduce to the burger.
Yeah.
Like make it so sexualized it. Like,
Right.
that's crazy.
She biting the burger.
And that was over 25 years ago, so now it's even worse.
Right. What did that plant in the minds of people back then?
Oh yeah.
Go ahead. Keep reading.
For while we live, we committed iniquity. We considered not. We should begin to suffer for it after death.
All right. Here's the thing. Do we not? If we know that we're in a spiritual warfare, if we know that the Bible says we wrestle against these spiritual power, wickedness in high places,
Right.
do you not consider that these ops, these nations that are trying to destroy us, that they will make sure that they can put their hands in every single thing, like porn, like something as beautiful as sex? Let's take this beautiful interaction that the Most High did for a husband and wife, and let's see how we can defile it and pollute it, and make you dream about it all day, to where you're what? Committing iniquity. I mean, look at the perversions. It gotten so bad where, and I brought it out a couple of times because I seen it on my timeline, how in New York there were a lot of men that were flashing women.
Wow.
You got such a heavy porn addiction. That lust is so strong on you that you are exposing yourself to somebody's mother, somebody's grandmother, somebody's daughter. See, these are the things that we need to have classes about. We don't want to talk about these things, but we talk about the nations are our enemy. Well, if you indulge in porn, you're literally waving the banner for the enemy. You are literally saying that I am in, what was the guy's name? That was the switch side.
Benedict
A
Arnold.
Benedict Arnold, right. You're a Benedict Arnold. You're like the, what was his name in the Maccabees? That the evil priest. That's what we're doing when we subscribe to and we fall into this porn addiction, because it puts in your mind to treat your woman like what? Like a filthy streetwalker. You put your foot on her face, right? Let me choke her, yeah, because she likes when I choke her. And sisters like, yup, I like that. Where's that? Where were we making love, choking and spitting on each other, and like the things that you see in the porn? Where do you see men like Abraham and Sarah inviting other women into the bedroom like you see in porn? Which one of the righteous men in the Bible said he likes girls that kiss girls? But is that not what the Hebrew Israelite man and woman do today? Why? Where did you get it from? Go ahead, Al.
They got it from Drake.
They got it from Drake, and Drake is nothing but the soundtrack to some porn.
Right.
Because, and look at the hypocrisy behind it. You got Little Boosie, right? Little Boosie has a daughter that's, she's gay,
Yeah.
right? But Little Boosie got songs about what? Little Boosie takes pictures with a whole bunch of women in his bed.
Yeah.
But you don't want that for your daughter? See the hypocrisy. See, that's how you cut somebody off from being a nation. Because you don't keep them on a righteous standard. Now you make that man become hypocritical. And he's looked at as a hypocrite. Now his daughter doesn't want to deal with it. See, like, okay, so now we can isolate her and keep feeding her more filth. Because with the porn comes what? The drugs. The only way you can kiss another girl is if you high, or drunk, or you high with that lust. It became your drug of choice. What you going to say? I saw 2 hands up.
Now, I was just gonna figure out what Natazat said about Drake.
Yeah.
It'd be mainly have people that be pushing that narrative. Like I grew up listening to Lil Wayne. He was my favorite rapper growing up. And like
Little Weezy,
Lil
Little
Wayne,
Weezy.
right? And just thinking back on the song that he used to promote. He used to promote that type of spirit on people. Like he got a song called "I Wish I Could Have Sex with Every Girl in the World."
Wow.
Songs like that. We was like little kids, 11, 12, in the car, like I wish I could like singing the song.
Yeah.
So as a young kid, he put that in our heads to think a move like that.
Yep.
And then you become a whoremonger, or our daughters become harlots because of the things that we was entertaining as kids. So kind of.
Yeah, so then when the Puffy, when it gets released that, Puffy was having these freak offs, you're like, well, what's wrong with a freak off? Little Wayne told me it's okay. Right? Little Boosie told me that's the business. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that stuff is like, it's like a form of witchcraft.
Because you know, I've heard Kevin Gates. You know, Kevin Gates, he was saying something about some oath or something like that, but he said something. It sounded real catchy and everything. I was like, oh man, that sound. Next time I was like, man, you know, that would like it would influence somebody
Right.
that, you know, if they wouldn't have catched it or whatnot, it would influence somebody to go do something stupid. You know, I know before you know, with my parents and whatnot, you know, I would pray before, you know, we watched the movie or something like that, you know. Just for no deception or anything like that, you know. Yeah, that stuff be real, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is real because again, guess what it does? Yeah, the brother that sent me, Lil Boosie, Two Red Bones Kissing in the Backseat. Is that the song? That's the name of the song?
I think that's the name of the song.
The name of the song is Two Red Bones Kissing in the Backseat. But, I mean, where do you learn that stuff from? Where does that mind come from? It comes from getting into these sites, these adult sites that once upon a time, they used to make it to where it wasn't easy accessible. Not that it ever was right, but let's destroy them even more. Give them these cell phones and put the desire to chase the flesh. And chase it, and they give you a little dose. Here's World Star. Right? Here's some of these other sites that give you the semi-nude. But what is that gonna motivate you to do? Well, I want to see the full thing.
Get more curious.
Right. She twerking. I wonder how to twerk with no clothes on.
Right.
I want the full experience.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Did you want me to finish it?
Give me two more.
Stop oneself.
Right? That's what abstinence means. Stop oneself. But that's not what they want you to do. That's not what they want us to do. Why else do you think they're pushing porno-style lyrics in our culture? Culture, Sexy Red, Little Kim, Foxy Brown. I mean, it didn't just start now. Let's not think it started now. This was something from way back when. From way back when it was always by design to make us over-sexualized. To make us over-sexualized to where we don't even look at the sanctity of the bedroom anymore. That's just, I mean, you do it wherever. You do it whatever, and you do it however. Right? What else you got? Forbear, yeah. Come on, what you gonna say, Ash?
Oh yeah, I was gonna land me back on what I said. Right, to the point where grew up in that same era, right?
Yeah.
Where we would listen to these lyrics, these songs, before we go out to, to clubs or like just to any outing to put us in the spirit of what our agenda was. That's,
Cause I'm in that same era, you know what I mean? Cause you remember, BET had that special time when the certain music came on.
What
was it? BET After Dark?
Uncut.
BET Uncut.
It was BET Uncut, and I was gonna say that too. The tip drill, like with Nelly, but that was like
P popping Ludacris.
yeah,
He's
right.
literally in the strip club.
In the strip club, yeah, and it was literally the strip club, and like I think some of it was like there was some nudity,
Oh, yeah.
if you could catch it. But like that's why like me and a couple of my friends used to just stay up late night just to watch the videos.
Oh yeah.
Because that was the interest of the porn,
Yeah.
and things of that nature. So I'm like just thinking about it, like look at what that did to us as young men at 13. Now you're looking at like the young
40,
girls.
Now you're 40 and you wonder why you can't kick this addiction to porn.
Huh.
Because then what happened after BET went off? After BET Uncut went off, what did you do? You already got that spirit on you.
right.
Right? What did you do after that? Well, that's when you went up. You probably went up to your big brother's room, got you some video, got you some magazine, right? And you were entertaining these spirits of porn for the brothers and sisters that is coming in. How to break the porn addiction. And you didn't consider what it was going to lead to. Read that last piece up again.
For while we live, we committed iniquity. We considered not that we should begin to suffer.
That we should what? That we should what?
Not that we should begin to suffer for it after death.
And that's the things that they don't tell you about. That's the things that Satan will not reveal. You like the girls that kiss girls You want to bring her home to your wife, to your girlfriend, and now you got that spirit. Because you watch no porn, it look fun, right? Now you got that spirit, that demon in the house, and then you come home and you find her in bed with the girl, or you try to come home and the locks is changed, because she don't need you no more. She got the plastic version of you. She got the 10 times bigger version of you. The one that don't go, that need a break, right? But you thought it was okay because the porn and the rap star, they said this was the way to live. This is the way that you have to indulge yourself, right? But we need to consider what it would do. Read it again.
For while we lived, we committed iniquity. We considered not that we should begin to suffer for it after death.
And the suffering that comes with that porn addiction, the shame. You can't look another brother in the eye, right? You can't even look your children in the face, right? You and the sisters as well, because it's not just men that deal with that porn addiction. We have sisters that deal with it. You know, you're teaching your children, you're telling your children to be clean, right? To be set apart, but you got this porn addiction, right? You're talking about that you're a Hebrew Israelite, but you're what? Your desires are that of the flesh. No, you can move there. Okay, cool. Yeah, the young man gotta move. All right, go ahead. Go to. So, what are we going over? The first point is with this porn addiction. What does it reveal within us? Well, it shows that we're either service of the flesh or we're service of the Most High. You can't be both. You can't be both. By design, it was for you to serve who? Your flesh, not the Father. Right? Go ahead. Go to 1 Peter 2 and 11. 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 11. Go ahead.
1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 11. Dearly beloved, I beseech you, as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts.
As strangers and pilgrims. See, we've been in this captivity too long. We done got comfortable. We done got comfortable. We done forgot. The scripture says, never trust our enemy. But everything that we do, we are one and it's controlled by our enemy.
Right.
Even to the YouTube, right? We're using the world, not abusing it. You come on YouTube, unless your algorithms are built around learning, knowledge, scriptures, what's the default setting for YouTube? Something that has to do with sex. Something that's going to lead you from going from YouTube to Pornhub. From YouTube to Spank Bank or Spank Bank or what is it? Come on, y'all. Listen, we cannot act like we didn't grow up in this world where you went to work. It wasn't on your mind till you went to school. The co-worker told you, hey, look at this Blacktail magazine. That's what it was when I was coming up. Yeah, Blacktail. Yeah, magazine. You had the jacket. Right? Oh, somebody gonna see you. You didn't know nothing about that. Go ahead, Al.
I remember my young naval days, right?
Right.
You know, every naval station is right by an adult store, right?
Wow.
So, you know.
Is that intentional? Is that a coincidence?
All right, so I remember, you know, walking out the store, you know, they have these little black plastic bags where you can't see what contraband you bought. But you feel awkward walking out, you know, seeing people passing by, and you got this little black bag.
Yeah.
It'd be real.
And there was some shame there.
It's
But
shameful.
what are they pushing on the minds of their people today? No shame.
Oh, yeah.
But you got the people walking in the mall. I like MILFs.
Right.
Right? I like MILFs. Everybody right now know what MILFs is.
Right.
Who don't know what MILF is? Or you got, like, we're in the mall out here, and we're set up, our business is set up right by a custom t-shirt place. And I remember the girl coming out and showing me she wanted to show it to me so bad. Look at my shirt, look at my shirt. I like T-word, the T-word for a woman's breasts.
Right.
This is a female. I like T-words. Why does she want to show me that? Why? Because her mind is like, well, what's taboo to talk about? What should I be ashamed that I enjoy?
Nothing's off limits.
Nothing's off limits. And when you go on them porn sites, where is it? There's no limits. There's no limits. There's nothing that an area that they can't touch. Now watch as we get into this, it's gonna show that we have a connection to this wickedness if we don't abstain. Right? We're supporting this filth if we don't refrain, if we don't practice that abstinence, right? 1 Peter 2:11.
God. Dearly beloved, I beseech you, as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts, which war against the soul.
It does what?
War against the soul.
Yeah, because like the brother said, you had to hide.
God.
You had to hide. It was like inside you knew you were wrong.
God.
You knew you were wrong. And let's bring this to brothers and sisters in the truth that deal with this porn addiction. You mean to tell me that we talk about the righteousness, the Most High being undefiled, and you don't have that war? Well, you got a stronghold that you have to break. What's up, what you got?
Definition of abstain.
Okay.
To not do something, especially something enjoyable, that you know is bad.
What? That you know is what?
Bad.
That's what brothers and sisters, their mind should be, oh no, I know that this is bad. Why am I yielding my members to this filth?
Right.
Well, it shows that you don't really serve the Most High. You serve your flesh. What you gonna say, Al?
Yeah, like, way back when. Say it again, way back when.
Way back when.
Way back when, right? When I was a child, right?
Yeah, speaking on the porn addiction,
Yeah.
like you do your little deed, but then you feel disgusted.
Oh yeah.
Like right after, like why did I give in? Like you look in the mirror, like damn, who am I?
Right.
Eyes on baggy.
That's that definition you just brought out. You know it's bad, but you it's enjoyable for
Yeah, everything's fun until you press sin.
God.
You done put your leg up on the sink in the bathroom, right? Try to get the angles, right, sisters? It ain't just brothers, right, sisters? Right. Making sure you get all the curves, and then you press sin, and then you're like, damn, why did I do that?
Right.
He ain't even my husband. He shouldn't be seeing all of these.
Yeah.
Right.
These. But what got you doing that? That's that porn addiction, right? Go ahead.
God. Having your conversation honest among the Gentiles.
Because the war was that we were given this truth, and we were understanding that we were a holy nation, right? Sisters know how to break that down. Wash, cleanse, and what? Set apart from what? The people in the world. Our people and the other nations that don't consider the Father's ways. So then that means with everything we do, how we eat, how we walk, how we talk, how we dress, how we make love. What are our desires? It can't be I'm an Hebrew Israelite man and woman, but I still enjoy the defiled things, the unclean things. That's the hypocrites that we point fingers at the Christian church about. Well, the reason why I left the church is because they say and they don't do. But is that amongst us though? Is there brothers and sisters dealing with these filthy, defiled acts, right, that are amongst us, that haven't put off and abstained from the filths of the flesh? We got
Verse 12.
go to 1 Peter 4:2.
God.
1 Peter 4:2. So we're reminding brothers and sisters not to get comfortable here. We're supposed to be like strangers. Like I don't know where the local food spot is at.
Right.
I don't know where the weed spot is at. I don't know where the porn spots are, the porn sites are. I don't know who like the names that. Think about the names that roll off your tongue. You ain't been watching porn in 10 years, but Pinky, Ron Jeremy. Why do these names roll off your tongue? Why do you know these names? You're supposed to be unknown. Who? It's supposed to be, what's the Cherokee? They ain't talking about the 9.5. Cherokee. Right, Jada, all of these names, why are they in your brain? When the scripture says, what you say?
Oh no, another thing. Right.
Oh yeah, but why? That was by design.
God.
It was by design. And then we got brothers, you know some of the men too. What's my man that used to look like Lloyd Banks. Yeah, when he tried to stupid rap video. Brian Pumper. Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It should be a stranger.
Say it, hold it.
And a lot of us, you was like, yeah, that's my guy. It's horrible. It's horrible. But the scripture said we're supposed to be like, and that's why we gotta talk about it. If we don't talk about it, then how can we eradicate it? How can we break it? It goes right along with last week's class of secret sins. Right here, we all were filthy. We all were dirty. But let's get clean. Let's use the scripture to get washed, baptized, huh? Where you at?
1 Peter chapter 4, verse 2. That he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh of the lust of men, but to the will of the Most High.
Why were we given this gospel? It was to disconnect, to unplug from the strongholds of the world. The ones that were intentionally, because nowadays, I mean, it's not uncommon for you to think about like, when you think about like the gay. I didn't know gay guys when I was growing up. That was something they just thought white people did.
Right.
Right? But why is that something that's taking over the black, Hispanic, Native American community? Well, it starts with porn. I don't care what you tell me. When you look at porn, you're dealing with homosexuality. If you're a woman that's watching porn, you're looking at another woman's parts, and you're getting aroused, that's that seed being planted. Because what you see, you're gonna end up wanting to do. You're gonna end up wanting to you're gonna listen to it. Was it Katy Perry? Was that her? I Kissed a Girl? No, what was it?
that's Katy Perry.
Yeah, I Kissed a Girl like it. So you're watching it secretly, and then they come with the back door, kiss the girl, it's on a radio station, you out on the way to school, and it's like, well, maybe it's not that bad. Let me go hang out with the basketball girls. Right? Let me go hang out with the studs. Or you a man, you talk about, I deal with that 2013, but you literally watching somebody erect, lay with another woman. You tell me that's not homosexual? How long do you want to be there in the room? How long do you want to interact? Rub some baby oil on somebody's back. Or get baby oil rubbed on your back. How do you think it gets there? It's stages. It's stages of addiction. What do they call weed? The gateway drug, right? And how many people just stay on weed? Not a lot. I mean, you might say, okay, well, I tried the shrooms, but it ain't for me. I'm gonna stick with this weed. I tried the little bumpity bump, but it ain't for me. But what opened you up to try those things? Because it's a gateway. Them demons be like, nah, come on, we gotta have more people to the party. And that's literally what happens when you deal with this porn. Go ahead.
Just to bring out what you're saying about like when you smoke weed or dealing with drugs, you may not go in intentions to do another drug, but you may be in smoking weed, but might be in a party or something, and somebody slip a drug in your drink, or you just happen to be in that spirit around drugs, so when you doing a drug that you didn't even know that you was gonna get yourself into.
Right. Right. And then you look at it on sex, right? Right. Well, she says, yeah, okay, we can bring another girl in the bedroom if we bring another man. And you so caught up in wanting to see the girl with the girl, and then now you got the dude in the room and not realizing that he a switch hitter, he Frank Ocean. And now y'all all in the damn room. I mean, that's how it goes. How did they get introduced to this stuff? It started with thinking nobody can see me. I'm going through the porn sites, right? You done seen every video when it comes to black. Now you gotta go to white. Now you got the white man's the devil, what you watching. White. It's confusing. It's confusion. Right? The Most High looks at a man lying with a man as an abomination, but you looking at a woman with a woman. It's confusion. It's chaos, right? Go ahead.
Verse 3. For the time past.
No, read it again from the top.
That he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men.
If we were doing it, now is the time. We're in these last days. We're seeing all these prophecies, right? We're getting all these apocalyptic breakdowns, right? It's supposed to be like eye open and revealing to say, nah, I cannot move like that anymore. Brothers might not see me. Sisters might not see me, but the Most High sees me. Now is the time for me to put off these fleshly defiled things. Go ahead.
But to the will of the Most High.
That's what we're supposed to be desiring. That's supposed to be get your dopamines up. That's the search bar. When you go to, it's sad because you could probably take some brothers and sisters phone and you go into their what is it? Their history. What does your history say? What is your search algorithm?
Scriptures. Right.
No, you can't even do that no more because they said you got a way to delete it now. You got a way around that now. You got a back door. What is it? These what's the apps?
It's like the X part. It's like right next to the name.
You look it up and you make sure you exit one out.
But you gotta go through them.
Like the kids do. You go check the kid's phone and what you gotta do? It's songs. All songs. But I thought I saw you on YouTube. You was on YouTube.
Everything clear.
Right. Go ahead.
I say like even if you get into like the research of porn and what it does to the brain.
Yeah.
It was saying that there's so much dopamine in porn that it actually has negative effects on your brain.
Yeah.
And there was studies showing that your brain can actually shrink from watching excessive porn. That's how much dopamine that these porn sites have that's affecting your brain, and it actually makes your brain shrink.
Yeah, I mean, it's not science. You think about it. What you feed your spirit with, right? What you feed your mind with, that's what you're going to obtain. So if you're on these sites after sites after sites after sites after sites, then how are you putting the gospel in it? How are you putting the wisdom in it? The scripture, go ahead.
I would say just to piggyback on what he said.
They said lay me back.
Lay me back. Yeah, right.
Right.
But yeah, there's so much dopamine. There's so much what they call it like that rush.
Yeah.
You lose
adrenaline.
You lose your ability to pair bond with someone.
We went over that, right? You lose your ability to have a real relationship. Why? Because you're used to treating people like filth, like prostitutes. Right. You're literally making love with them like a prostitute. You're spitting on them. You're putting your fingers up in them, right? You're doing all kinds. Let me see. I got one. I got two. Let me see if I get 5. Let me see if I get a 4 arm. That's what the bedroom is supposed to be. And then let me take a picture and send it to everybody. Is that what Hebrew Israelite how they make love? What a lot of us do. Why? Because you was taught that from the youth. Right? Go ahead.
It starts with social media too.
Oh yeah.
Because that's you go on social media when you see the woman half naked.
Oh yeah.
On sitting on the sink.
Yeah.
Whatever she's doing, your algorithm, it could be like just seeing girls, but if their bodies are showing, that's still kind of like that's still sexualized. So you're tapping in that spirit. So when you're on social media and stuff like that, you can go into that rabbit hole too.
It starts being in your reels, right? It's crazy because I look at my reels, right? I like planes. So I be having planes. I like the ocean. I be having the ocean, and then I see some turtle. Like, what the heck? Where the heck that come from? Until you sit there too long, or you tap it the wrong way, then you got another one pop up. So it's like now you gotta literally hit and report nudity, inappropriate behavior, to try to break that rhythm because what it would do is it's suggestive. What's the word? Suggestive, right? That's the word, right?
Yeah.
It's suggestive to do what? To make you consider and then linger and then next thing you know, well, let me go down the rabbit hole. Right? That's it on that. Go to Ecclesiastes. So we're understanding that what? These scriptures are for us to show that we have to make a decision. We have to make a decision. Who are we servants of? Are we servants of the porn and the flesh or servants of the Most High? What you got?
There's a question online.
Oh, go ahead.
I think her name's Sister Thomas. She said, this goes for sexual relationships over the video chat too, correct?
Oh, what do you mean? Like you having the video calls? Right? I mean, are you doing this with your husband or are you doing this with randoms?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you got those sites where they got the video now. Back in my day, you put the perverts, you go to 42nd Street, right? And they put their money in the thing, and the curtain come up, and she sit, and you basically watching her.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they can watch you or whatever. Or they had the other ones, you put your quarters in there, and you got TV channels. Like, look how filthy they are. It was horrible back then. But so if you're engaging in this video things and it's not your husband, well, first of all, is that something that you do constantly? You know, there is a fun side of being with your husband and wife. We're not going to take that apart, but you got to think, do you really want to be sending your pictures? Because think about it, it goes to the cloud. Right. It ain't like that's just directly to you and your husband. It's some nerdy, you know, pervert that's watching he's probably naked with socks on, looking at every video you're doing, singing to your husband. You thinking it's just for him. It's in the cloud. Don't they go into when they get these rappers, don't they go into their text message history? It ain't safe. Right. I mean, do you want your photos, your videos to pop up as evidence? Or some weirdo now to blackmail you now you gotta give me all your life savings? Because I know what you look like naked. Like, you gotta be careful. That's what I'm saying. You gotta be careful out there. Yes.
Even now, they don't really try to hide that much anymore. People got OnlyFans, you can post
there you go.
pictures and videos and get paid for it.
Yeah.
It's like, can't really leverage them.
Right. There should be no resemblance of us in the nation. Right? You're doing a video call. Well, that's what OnlyFans is about. You know what I mean? Wait till your husband gets home. Wait, let that build up. Let that passion build up. What it says, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Right? Okay, he's away doing the work of the Lord, I hope. It shouldn't be he's just at work for 8 hours and you can't hold yourself. That's a strong power. That's a strong power. Wait till he gets home and show him how much you missed it. That's a beautiful thing. Show how much you missed it. That's a righteous thing. But then now you gotta go, you at work. Locking the bathroom door at work. Nobody can't get in because you want to send a video? Come on now. I mean, but these are the things that was in us because of starting from that addiction, that porn addiction. Yeah.
Last Laura asked, so is it okay for it to do it with your husband?
What do you mean?
The videos and all that.
Is it okay for you to do it with your husband? Yeah. Like, think about it. What's the intent behind it? Why do you need to record if I got you with me?
Oh, yeah.
Where you going?
Just pull up.
What, you trying to save that for? You trying to plan for me to die or something? Why do you need the video if you right there next to me? If that's a requirement of me as a husband, as a wife, to give that due benevolence, why do I need it on video? We're talking about it because of our addiction. It's literally part of our convo because of the porn addiction. We're trying to find out, well, how can I find a way around this? Because I still like the sensation of what? Somebody watching you? That's what, I'm here with you. Why do you need it on video? Yes, sis. Well, no, Mike, you was up. You was first. Now, but.
I used to think, there's a time I used to think about it as, if it's my husband, I want to give each other something forward to one day. But hey, I was thinking, like, you don't have to be in that raw, maybe do something that was already pre-recorded. And then just, like, send it.
I'm not, listen, there's no law against it. But what's inspiring that? Right. What's inspiring you being in front of the camera? It's the Toni Braxton back in the days, right? When she was dressing up, I get so hot. When, like, she's acting seductive and shit. It's like, it's how close can we get to the line without crossing the line? That's what it's about. It's how close can you get to the line without crossing the line? Again, it's nothing unlawful. I'm just saying be smart. Because it only takes the wrong contact for you to send that by accident. Oops. Sorry, I put that in the family chat. Oops. Man. Good thing it was rated R. Do you want to put yourself in that situation? You see what I'm saying? Brothers and sisters got to consider these things. How come while you're there?
I was gonna say the reason why they want it on video is for like a scapegoat for porn. So
Yeah.
like my husband is away, he's at work or he's out of town. I don't have to watch porn. Let me go to the video that we made, and then I can still do the things that I do if I was watching porn. But it's not like I'm watching somebody else. I'm watching my husband, so it should be okay.
Yeah, but you're still pleasuring yourself.
Exactly. So the same thing goes hand in hand.
Yeah, it's trying to detour around. Right. Looking for the to fill that desire. Yes, sir.
I was about to say the same thing. That's where we get it from. We got it from porn. Literally filming.
Yep. Bringing those cameras in the bedroom. You don't read that in the scripture. Make sure you write down how y'all lay with each other. No, go ahead. Alex.
I was gonna say, there's no need to tap into that spirit.
Right.
So you need to tap into that, because then you can, that can get dangerous.
Right, because it'll go from, okay, I can send you a video of me naked. Okay, well then, you know what? I always wanted to see you with the brush and take the brush and put it in place. Or get the 40 bottle. Matter of fact, they have those toys at the dope store. Get one of those. Is that not what they do out there in the world? So once you start getting that close to line, how are you going to say you're not going to cross that line? That's what abstinence is about, abstaining. And it's like, wow, damn, do I got to consider that? Yes! Is this what we're going to be doing in the kingdom? Are you going to be sitting nude to your husband in the kingdom? No, are you going to be watching porn in the kingdom? So if this is a rehearsal, then we have to have classes like this because we all, whether you want to raise your hand and admit it or not, I know, it's kind of shameful, right? Who deals with masturbation? Who deals with porn? Like, nobody's going to raise their hand. Who wants to go to the kingdom? Everybody raise their hand. But you can't get into the kingdom with a porn addiction. A masturbation addiction, you're not. You can't. So it's now the time to eradicate it. Come? Go, Ecclesiastes 18.
Con.
Ecclesiastes 18 and verse 30.
Ecclesiastes chapter 18, verse 30. Go not after thy lust.
Well, what does America want you to do?
Go after the lust.
What's the Alistair Crowley slogan?
Do as thou wilt.
Do as thou wilt. Right? You like, what is it? Male, female, male? Female, female, female? Well, come on, all the categories they got, right? You like clowns? Oh, you like mother's daughters? You got brothers and sisters watching. All of it's garbage. The law, you go to Leviticus, what's that, the 18th chapter? About the undefiled sex, you got every single porn category for that. Step, I'm attracted to my stepmother. I just laid with my stepdaughter. My wife and my stepdaughter laid with me together. Brother and sister. My hot aunt. You got all the whole literal Leviticus 18 is on every .com site. But we're Israelites. We're set apart. We're clean. Come on, Aqua. It's a class that is needed because Satan knows that his end is short. Why do you think they put out a woman like Sexy Red to put the kind of vernacular in her lingo? Right? The Drakes, like I said, all these other artists, the sexy gorillas. It's like there's nobody not appreciate the sanctity, the privacy of the bedroom anymore. No, it's like, well, what y'all did last night. You got once upon a time when it was taboo to talk about. It's the girl talking about, yeah, and he had me bent over, girl. Girl, do you know his thing was all the way down to the floor. And you got the kids walking around. You got where is the? It's like it's so filthy. It's so filthy, and it's us. It's us. It's not the nations. It's us that's doing it. Israelites in the knowledge, in the truth, dealing like that. Go ahead.
But refrain thyself from thine appetite.
Do what?
Refrain thyself from thine appetite.
Abstain. Same way you gotta cut off the what is it? The Big Mac chicken sandwich. But you know that's death.
What the hell? Yeah, that's like
the same way you gotta cut off the White Castle murder burgers. Because you know that's death. We gotta cut off this porn. We gotta cut off this unrighteous sexual desire. Huh? Go ahead. You read down to verse 31.
Come. Verse 31. If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies that malign thee.
Right. She will do what? She'll make you a laughing stock. How? I mean, one, in the spirit, Satan's like, wow, he got the nerve to go out there and give somebody a flyer or tell somebody about Christ. and have fringes on, but he's contrary. What you gonna say, Al?
Cause let's go back on the road where like you recording, you know, with a sister or something like that, and like you just doing something that's like definitely out of character, like you getting tied up, cause you like being tied up by by the dominatrix type chicks.
You want somebody burning candles on you?
Right, and then you try to go out there in the street and be all hard, and she looking at you like, man, don't play yourself, cause we got it on video.
Right.
Come on,
Right.
that's how you become the laughing stock. Come on now, brother.
Video, or you literally do it.
Con.
Or you literally doing it. Whether it's on video or not, it's that word malign, right? When you look at that word malign, it means slur. What kind of slur can people speak about you? Well, if you're engaging in this filth of porn, right, and you go out there proclaiming yourself to be an ambassador of Christ, the spiritual demons are going to be like, nah, ain't no way, boy, no way.
Ain't no way, boy.
Ain't no way, boy. You made it so we know what you was looking at last night. We know what you're thinking about as soon as the sundown, regardless of this Sabbath. We know what you're thinking about as soon as you get from around brothers and sisters. That's the slur. Everything that you say that you're not, it can be said that you are, because you don't fight against this filth. Y'all see that? Keep reading.
Done.
That was it, verse 31?
Yes, sir.
Proverbs 23 and 3. Proverbs chapter 23, verse 3.
Proverbs chapter 23, verse 3. Be not desirous of the dainties, for they are deceitful meat.
They are what?
Deceitful meat.
Deceitful meat. What does that word deceitful mean? Let's get a definition for deceitful. Let's get a definition for deceitful. Right? Who got it? I got you. Deceitful. It says guilty. Oh, we got one? All right.
Cons. Webster's 1828, definition 1. It says tending to mislead, deceive or ensnare, as deceitful words.
As what?
Deceitful words.
Deceitful words. I love the Most High. Right? I love your house shine. No, you don't. You love your flesh. Because these scriptures are about what? Us having to consider who are we serving. You log onto these porn sites and show that you are serving yourself. You're being deceitful, right? Your tongue. Go ahead, you got one?
I got one.
Yeah.
It says the action or practice of deceiving someone by concealing or misrepresenting the truth.
Oh wow, you nailed it. That nailed it. The action. Do your actions match up with your words? Do your actions show that you are a servant of the Most High? Or what does it show? Go ahead. Look up, somebody give me the definition of dainties. Dainties, we got to Let's get on that. Give me the definition of dainties. Because the scripture, right? We put the scriptures about, when you look at this chapter, it's talking about food, right? But what do you do with food? You consume it. Well, what are you doing with that porn? You're consuming it. You're inviting it in, you're eating it and partaking and having communion with this spirit, this extreme lust. This is what's feeding you. This is why you have some people that what? They can't be alone. Because as soon as they're alone, that dainty desire pops up. Go ahead, Al.
Con, it says dainty, something good, a delicacy.
A delicacy. This is now, we know it's not something good. Porn addiction is nothing good, but in that confusion of your spirit, you look at it as good. You entertain it like it's good. You go after it like it's good. When the scripture said we're supposed to abstain from these things. We're supposed to understand that spirit of lust and porn is just like fast food. It's going to kill you. It's going to destroy you. With a sword destruction. Y'all see that? Go to 1 Thessalonians 5 and 22. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 22. Go ahead.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 22.
You gotta read a little louder, you gotta online.
God, abstain from all appearance of evil.
Do what?
Abstain from all appearance of evil.
Do what?
Abstain from all appearance of evil.
Anything that resembles evil, we're supposed to be fleeing, abstaining. It's supposed to be something that we go the other way from. Not going down the rabbit hole, not inviting it more into our spirits, to where we know more about the porn sites and the porn stars, and even look at that word, porn star, right? You say Hollywood stars, you say sports stars. Ain't that people that you look up to the sports stars? Some people look up to the Hollywood stars. You want to mimic them. You want to be like them. So then they give you the porn stars. And do people not do the same thing? They look up to them, they mimic them. Look at the clear agenda to get us entangled with this demon. Y'all see that? So, but we're supposed to be, with this gospel, we're supposed to be so circumspect and sober-minded to say, you know what, that's opposite of Father. That right there, that's evil. Why? Because look at what it's doing to our people. Look what it's doing to our daughters. Look at the attire of our women. They dress like porn stars. Look at their vernacular. They speak like porn stars. Look what our sons are getting caught doing. They're looking up porn stars. So this is supposed to be on a Hebrew Israelite man and woman's public enemy #1 list. Not somebody that I'm secretly involved with. Not somebody that I willingly entertain. Yes, sir.
I was looking up the roots. Of
The what?
The roots of pornography.
The root of pornography. Come on.
And it gives a list. Trauma, unhealthy coping.
So you're saying that what? What are you bringing out? What is it bringing out?
So the term pornography and the definition, the in-depthness of what it does, what it is, and why one would go to.
Okay, so these are things that why people go to porn. Okay, to watch it.
Trauma.
Trauma. Okay.
So it's they use it as a coping mechanism because either they were violated at an early age, and then they associate that as a coping mechanism because of that.
Dopamine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you talking about that dopamine. Go ahead.
Unhealthy coping, isolation, intimacy issues. Like you use that as a sense to go get intimate. You're starting, you know what I mean? Instead of your partner being your starter and finisher. Anger, shame, desire for power, low self-esteem, underlining mental health conditions, lack of sexual satisfaction.
Now, are these things that supposed to be associated with the nation that the Most High said will be above all nations? That sounds like the low-level beast-like people. But that's literally how we move. We move like heathens when we engage in this porn. When we don't look at it and say, wow, damn, I got porn addiction. The brothers be like, yeah, well, see the word, that word right there, that's going, meaning nations, right? You could break that down but don't realize you're acting like a nation. Right? What's up, sis?
I was wondering, what scripture did you want to read?
Right, that was 1 Thessalonians 5:22. Right? Just these block of scriptures, again, we got to make a decision. Who are you serving? Are you serving the Most High, or are you serving your flesh? Go ahead, Hakuman.
This piggybacking on what y'all call it now?
Piggybacking
on what Ariel was saying about the trauma.
Yeah.
I said Lammy, you said Lammy.
Yeah, about the trauma. I actually met a sister. She was a Judite sister, and she was telling me how she was raped by her 2 older brothers, and that traumatized her throughout her whole life to where now she's an adult woman and she just giving herself freely to men, and like she had like a sexual addiction, but it came from her being raped by her 2 older brothers, and she was just taking me down the whole little story. She was venting to me saying she has a problem and she didn't know how to handle it. And so kind of that was right on point when it goes to that trauma. A lot of traumatized, they might have been touched by their uncles or, molested as a kid. And then like that, kind of like psychology, it's like it does something to the brain to where now you're seeking that and like now you're addicted to it.
Right. But you don't care. You don't care. Because I just want to see you naked. I just want to get my rocks off. I don't care what got you to this point where you laying with 5 guys at the same time. I don't care about what got you to the point what you suffered through. When the scripture says, for the hurt of the daughter of my people and my hurt. See how selfish that demon is? You don't even consider the hurt that led somebody to do that. Not justifying it, but what did they go through to expose themselves to that filthy lifestyle? What did they endure? What did they suffer? See, we're supposed to be looking to help and heal and free. But then that's the lust is like, nah, they don't need me. You know, I need them. You in bondage. That's crazy, right? Go to 2 Corinthians 7 and 1. 2 Corinthians 7 verse 1.
Come. 2 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 1. Having therefore these promises, dearly beloved, let us clean ourselves from all filthiness of the flesh and spirit.
Right, because we're not going to go into Yahushua's kingdom with American way of laying with a woman, laying with a man, with these sexual desires that you get from porn, with these addictions. We're not going to be in Christ's kingdom having freak-offs. There will be no dildos, no vibrators. What's the other one? The rolls? The rolls, right? That's a new one they got, right?
French tickler.
What?
French tickler.
French tickler.
That was made by mom.
There's going to be no sodomy, that anal and oral. There's going to be none of that in Yahushua's kingdom. Think about who you learned it from. Well, you learned it from the beast-like people. We love to quote Psalms 147:19, right? Oh, he gave his law to Jacob, right? And I'm Jacob, yay. But then why are you acting lawless? Why do you have lawless desires? Go ahead.
Perfecting holiness.
Doing what?
Perfecting holiness.
Day by day, we're supposed to have these quiet, hard-to-bear classes, right? To do what? To perfect us. If you want those promises, if you're trying to inherit the promises for those, the set-apart ones, the ones that face was shining, then we have to use this time to cut off the filth, to cleanse out the filth. Huh? Go ahead.
Perfecting holiness in the fear of Yahweh.
In the fear of Yahweh, because he's watching. It's not like when you go into your porn closet that Yahweh can't see you. It's not like when you delete your porn search history that the angels aren't recording that. We might not see it, but it's being documented. Right? So how are you working toward those promises? See, if we want those promises, what do we have to do? We have to abstain. We have to flee. Right? Second point. 2 Timothy 2 and 22. How do we abstain? How do we abstain? Well, it takes, just like anything. You know, you want to stop being an alcoholic, you can't keep going to the bar. You want to put down the porn, then maybe it's time to get a flip phone or no phone. Get a beeper. Huh? Go ahead. You gotta walk and talk. Read that.
2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 22. Bring it out. Flee also, you lust, but follow righteousness.
And this is what we're supposed to be desiring. We're supposed to be putting off these things because, I mean, we go through and ask mothers all the time, when did you first start watching porn? Not to die. How old were you?
I was 7.
7. Ash.
Believe it or not, I was 18.
You was 18. Montezaro, how old were you? 7. Make sure you stand up. How come on?
I was in middle school, so I was like in 6th grade, I think.
Sisters. Lashabar. 12. Andrew. Never watched porn.
I mean, well, when I was younger.
Okay. No, that's what we're asking. How old were you?
Maybe 9.
Nah, y'all see these ages. Y'all see these ages where you're supposed to be still interested in the beauty of the world. You still playing with dirt. Playing with dolls and, looking at the bugs. No, you're looking at boobs. You're looking at butts. Why? Because the whole intentions of the nations wasn't for you to flee. Yeah, they took the physical shackles off you, but they was like, no, we still can keep them as slaves. Let's put this porn slave on shackle on their neck. You can't even turn your neck. You can't even, just like the yokes of iron. You got a spiritual yoke of iron when it comes to that porn. Well, we can get free from it if we flee it. Just like we were fleeing off the plantations, right? We didn't accept that servitude, that bondage. Right. We fought against it till some of us died. That's how we're supposed to be doing. Read.
Flee also youthful lust, but follow righteousness, faith, charity, peace, with them that call on the Lord out of a pure heart.
Right, and that heart, we know that's talking about your mind. But how could your mind be pure if it's filled with all of this filth? All of this knowledge of the porn stars, porn sites, porn activity, porn lifestyle, right? How could your mind be filled with the pure heart if it's defiled? Go to Ecclesiastes 21, verse 1. Ecclesiastes chapter 21.
Ecclesiastes chapter 21 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
My son, hast thou sinned? Do so no more.
It's just that simple. It's just that simple. See, we let these nations put this spirit on us that we don't have power. But I thought you was an Hebrew Israelite. I thought you was a Barn Yasharala, right? Son of power, right? A prince of power, a daughter of power. Which means what? That we have the ability to what? Break these strongholds, right? To sin no more. Go ahead.
Do so no more. But ask pardon for thy former sins.
Go ahead.
Flee from sin.
Do what?
Flee from sin.
Flee from sin. Why you keep finding yourself on these sites? Why you keep finding yourself? You know the routine when that demon tries to hit you. Why do you flee the counsel? Why do you flee the wisdom? Why do you flee the righteousness to go entertain the negative? Well, it shows who you serve. Now, if you really do serve the Most High, if you do have that zeal, that righteous zeal, then just leave that filth alone. Follow the Father. Go ahead.
Flee from sin, as from the face of a serpent.
I mean, how many people wouldn't run if they see the end comment? They're going to stand there and watch. The scripture say, who will pity a snake charmer? Read.
For if thou comest too near it, it will bite thee.
It will do what?
It will bite thee.
Yeah, that's playing around on well, it's not porn, it's just on Instagram. And then where does it lead you?
To porn.
It's just short videos. But where does it lead you? Right? It's only wrestling, but why they dress why he got butt cheeks out? Why is he wearing Fruit of the Looms? You sisters gotta, I'm just watching wrestling. Yeah, but he all oiled up in the testicles. He's got the title for his bicep to bulge even more. We know what it is. Let's not be ignorant of it. Go ahead.
The teeth thereof are as the teeth of a lion.
Right, and what do teeth do? They devour. They consume. And that's what these spirits are trying to do. That's what these nations want to do. They glad to see. I mean, I think I seen something one time where it says the most Googled, the most sites that get the most traffic are the porn sites. Yeah. Porn sites get more traffic than any other site worldwide. More than video games, more than Bible.com, right? More than sports. Porn. And that's not an accident. That's intentional. Go ahead.
Slaying the souls of men.
And it's all to slay the souls of men. Brothers and sisters didn't get this gospel to be what? Casualties of war. We're supposed to be aware that we are in a spiritual warfare. Don't be a victim no more. Free yourself. Keep reading.
Verse 3. All iniquity is as a two-edged sword.
It said what?
All iniquity, it is as a two-edged sword.
Come on.
The wounds thereof cannot be healed.
Right, and that's the intention. The intention is to put this filthy desire in you. So now it can be a two-edged sword. It destroys you, like the brother said. It destroys your ability to pay a bond. Because you're not satisfied with one man. You're not satisfied with one woman, right? Or in a sense, so let's go back to the sisters. You're not satisfied with your husband. You gotta go and get another man. Sideshow man. Seeky link man. Right? Mr. Man that he got the grocery tongue. Right? He got the grocery mouth. It's nothing he won't let me do. Right? That's where that will take you. It's a two-edged sword. Go ahead.
Verse 4. To terrify and do wrong will waste.
What verse you at? Verse 4? Now go to Psalms 34:14. Psalm chapter 34, verse 14. Because it's a very simple truth. What's up, my dad? Your hand up.
Come. I had a scripture that touched based on how we fought.
Okay, go on. We got a lot here. Go on. Psalms 34:14. Because I want to stay on track with this. I want to stay on track with this because a lot of people, they give up. They give up and say, well, I can't escape the porn. It's just got a hold of me. I can't fight the desire. Right? No, you can. The scripture says, I can do all things.
Yes.
All things.
All things.
Through Christ that strengthens me. So literally, get strengthened enough to flee the things that you know your Yahushua would not do. He didn't die for you to continue watching porn. He didn't die for you to be a porn addict. He died so that you can be free from it. Go ahead, read that.
Psalms chapter 34, verse 14. Depart from evil and do good. Seek peace.
Do what?
Seek peace.
Like, all about it. Look at the hours that you spend. Look at the time that you spend. If you would put that time into the gospel, if you put that time, let's say for brothers, in a soldier's test, you will be a Hebrew scholar. Sisters, if you put that time that you give to porn and all the filth of the flesh, where would you be? Your name will be named amongst the elders, the women of renown. Let us praise famous men. Why? Because they were able to lead people away from bondage. Go ahead.
Seek peace and pursue it.
And pursue it. So instead of chasing the things that are going to keep you in bondage, chase the freedom, which is the word, which is the gospel, which is righteousness. Y'all see that? Y'all with me? Job 28. Job 28:28. I mean, we had to do it. We had to do it again because when you look at how our people are living, I mean, it's no more shame. It's no more shame. You literally have people walking around with the Pornhub shirt, right? Now they'll try to switch it up, right? They'll change it up and say, whatever their agenda is, but it's the same font. Right. They know where that's going to take your mind to. Right. Everybody knows what the Pornhub is because it has become part of regular American diet. Yep. Even if you don't watch porn, it's now like, oh yeah, I heard it. The rappers talk about it. My friends at work talk about it. My friends at school talk about it. I don't deal with it, but I know what it is. Why? Because it's something they want to keep you in bondage with. Keep clean. You young men, you youngsters that don't know, keep your eyes focused on your house. Keep your eyes focused on the freedom. You young sisters, old sisters, I don't care, brothers, sisters of all ages, stay free from this sin. This trap, this sin. Read that.
What verse?
Job 28:28.
Job chapter 28, verse 28. And unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom.
Right. It said what?
The fear of the Lord, that is wisdom.
Right. That's what you're supposed to be chasing. That's what we're supposed to be occupying our time with. When a brother hits you up at 3 in the morning, he ain't like, oh damn, I gotta X out all the screens so I can find my Bible at. Well, what was you doing out there? I was actually, reading over this Acts. Okay, so you was up watching the Penguin show, right? Cool, but when a brother calls you, you ready to dive right in the scriptures. You ready to, you desire, you run to the Spirit of the Most High. Not to the spirit of Satan, not to the evil deceiver, not to bondage. It's about occupying ourselves with the word, with the wisdom. Go ahead.
And to depart from evil is understanding.
And that's what that. Remember, we always bring out understanding, the ability to what? Recreate. You want to be able to free yourself. Recreate the good things. Flee the evil. Seek the good. That shows your understanding. You don't need to be hypnotized. No more Pornhub. No more spanky spank. Right. You don't need to have a brother. You shouldn't need to have a brother on your shoulders. Nobody should have to cut off your fingers. That was no, what was that? Sons of Anarchy. What they did to the guy was he was a chronic masturbator. What they did? They cut. Y'all watch Sons of Anarchy? Oh yeah, they cut off his hands off. Boy. They cut his fingers off, right? Cut his hand off. Cut his hand off. He had a daggone prosthetic.
Yeah, they cut his hand off.
You don't need that. Just flee it. Just flee it. Go ahead.
That was in that verse.
That was in Proverbs 13:14. Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 14. Because, I mean, look what it's doing to yourself. Is this porn addiction bringing you life? Is it refreshing to you? Is it marrow to your bones? Right, read that.
Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 14. Yeah. The law of the wise is the foundation of life.
It's a fountain of life.
Like
you think about a fountain. What is a fountain supposed to do?
Fresh water.
It's supposed to refresh you.
Bring you to life.
You hit that cold water. You get the gym, you're doing your laps, doing your workout, you get the hit of that water, it's refreshing, right? But that's what the wisdom is supposed to be. That's what the gospel is supposed to be. That's what the law is supposed to be for us. Not the porn, not the filth. Go ahead.
To depart from the snares of death.
It said, read it again.
To depart.
Read it again from the beginning.
The law of the wise is the fountain of life. To depart from the snares of death.
Right, that's what we sow to ourselves. If we sow righteousness, right? If we'll be able to, what the scripture says, out of thy belly shall flow rivers of living water. You have method upon method upon method of why I can't be a porn addict in the truth, why I shouldn't be excited about looking at another man's wife, or why I shouldn't be looking at another erect man. Why I shouldn't be entertained by all of this debauchery, this concupiscence. It's going to be flowing out of you. But why doesn't it flow out of you? You're not fleeing. You're not turning from it. Go to Job 23. Job chapter 2 and verse 3. Job chapter 2 and verse 3.
Job.
Go ahead, Lakai.
Job chapter 2 and verse 3. And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man?
I like that word perfect because it talks about being mature. When you get into definitions, and one of the definitions of perfect is being mature, right? Why are you an Hebrew Israelite moving like a child in the spirit? The scripture says in Hebrews, when I was a child, I thought as a child. Right? But when I became a man, a woman, I did what?
Put away childish things.
That means you're mature. I'm perfected from doing these things that had no benefit, that had no profit, that were literally destroying me. I'm not going to entertain those things anymore. I flee from them. Go ahead.
A perfect and an upright man.
Come on.
One that feareth the Most High.
One that does what?
Feareth the Most High.
A lot of brothers and sisters really don't fear the Father. Because you're literally acting like the Father's not documenting everything that you do. Instead of going to seek Him and learn about Him, you're going to Satan. Go ahead.
And escheweth evil.
Yeah, I need the definition of escheweth. Right? Escheweth. Ariana, you get it, right? Oh, I got one. It means to intentionally avoid. Intentionally. The same way an alcoholic will intentionally avoid the bar. The same way a crackhead, a weed addict would intentionally avoid the trap spot. They understand the word trap. It's to what? Snare me, to hold me. Well, that porn site, that masturbation is a snare, it's a trap. It's a trap that you're supposed to intentionally avoid. It says, or give up something. Yeah, when I was 8, I used to do it. when I was 10, when I was 18, when I was 30. I used to do it. But one day when I was 40, I woke up and said, you know what? I got to put off these childish things because I really do fear the Most High. I fear him. I reverence him. And I have to honor him in all of my members. Huh? It says, you got one?
Yeah.
Let me finish this one. To intentionally avoid or give something, to give up something, Slocket, especially because you think it's wrong or improper. Is watching porn proper? Is masturbating proper? Then this should be easy to give up. It should be easy to flee. What you got? You got more than that?
Yes, sir. To shun something, that is to take
He said
pains.
to shun.
Right. As to take pains to avoid it. To eschew something is to abstain from it or keep away from it.
Right.
Huh.
It said it takes pain to avoid it. Yeah, until you break that hold.
Right.
And you can break that hold with fasting, with praying, with seeking the gospel and fleeing from that wicked lust. Go ahead, keep reading.
And escheweth evil, and still he holdeth fast his integrity.
And that's the problem. That integrity spirit has been coming out. You know how many classes that we've spoken about various topics, and it always can go back to integrity. Who are you? Are you the person that you're proclaiming to be? I want to make the kingdom. What ain't going to be none of that acts in the kingdom? You might as well get rid of it now. You might as well leave it at the door right now. You might as well burn it up and learn to eschew it now. Or else, just go out there and enjoy it. Go out there to the B. Diddy party. You might as well, because why are you doing this? You're not getting nothing from us. Go, make your decision. Make your choice. If it's for the Father, then flee the world. Keep reading.
Although thou movest me against him, to destroy him without cause.
And this was the Most High, just using this example of this man that really hated evil. He fled. It's possible. It's possible to flee the wickedness of the world, the wickedness of the flesh. Do y'all believe that?
I can do all things.
I can do all things. You know what happens is brothers get to that hour, sisters get to that hour of temptation and don't have any scriptures in their armor. They don't have enough. They have this little light of mine. God is merciful. Jesus, well, you got the wrong scriptures. You got the wrong scriptures, and that's why you're losing the battle. You're not armored up because you're not fleeing from sin, right? So you don't have the scriptures in your database. Go to Proverbs. That's it on that. Go to Proverbs 16 and 17. Proverbs 16 and 17.
Proverbs chapter 16, verse 17. The highway of the upright is to depart from evil.
There's a path for the upright. There's a think about it. You're on a highway. You dealing with porn, you dealing with masturbation, you're basically driving on the wrong side of the road. You about to be in a head-on collision. You going against the flow of traffic. The righteous are moving this way, but then you're going the opposite way. You're moving contrary. Because the righteous are going to say, no, I'm departing the negative. I'm departing from the porn, from the lust of the flesh, but inordinate affection. Go ahead.
He that keepeth his way preserveth his soul.
He that does what?
Keepeth his way.
He that stays steadfast. She that doesn't allow herself to be distracted by this wickedness, this filth, this porn, right? Is going to be able to what?
Preserveth his soul.
What does the word preserve mean? What does the word preserve mean?
To keep intact.
To keep intact, to save. To save. Everybody say, what's up, sis? To protect it. That's why we gotta see. If you're a servant of the flesh, the intentions of porn is so that you can lose your soul, destroy your soul, not protect it, not save it. Go ahead, Hakaway.
I got a definition of preserve, and I have a definition. It says maintain something in its original or existing state.
Right, to bring us back to that cleanness. before the pills, before the corruption was planted in your brain. Right? 1 Peter 3:11. I mean, what are y'all getting so far out of this class? Let me ask that. Go ahead,
what am I getting so far?
Yeah.
Glad you asked it. It's a beautiful class. Even though I don't have the addiction of porn, this is still helpful because when we're here to raise up Yashua. You know, and also, we're talking about what knowledge we got, right? Being in a life of sin, transgressing the laws of the Most High, right? Since in America, we've learned the ways of America, right?
Yeah.
Bit by bit, generation by generation, we learned the ways of America. And we're bringing it out about the knowledge of this thing called porn, right? And how that knowledge came into our lives, whatever age we were, right? That knowledge came into us. And the Most High said that knowledge is wicked, you know? He says it's wicked, you know, that knowledge that came into us that he didn't give us, you know?
It came from the enemy.
It came from an enemy.
It came from the nations. Who else? What you got? Go ahead,
I'll say like from what I've gotten so far to like out here, I would say like what not to do as a married couple. Like,
What not to do as a married couple? Okay.
yeah, like
Let's see how many people with the law.
how we gotta look at our marriage and what we do as sacred and not doing things contrary to like what the like what was done in Sodom and Gomorrah, like not bringing that over to your marriage and honoring the Most High by how He says a woman and a man were to be with each other.
Right.
In intimacy.
Right. You're not going to what's the book they want to take you to the Kama Sutra, all the different positions. Right? No. Now, was the act supposed to be pleasurable? Calm. Were you supposed to have fun? Calm. But why are you hanging on a chandelier? Why y'all doing handstands? What's the 69 God? Why is that something that, I mean, even just look at how it matured to. When, I mean, I'm old enough to remember when that was something that was looked at as taboo. A man put his mouth down there, a woman put her mouth down there. Now it's like, well, how do you have sex without it? You got brothers and sisters in the truth like, you mean we can't? Well, what makes you think you can? What makes you think you should? Porn. It wasn't the gospel. It's not in the gospel. What makes you think that that's appropriate? You went and watched a whole bunch of porn. You read somebody was one of them freaky friends at school. This is how you gotta get a girl, and make sure you get with it. Tickle the team. All these things, and then you got brothers and sisters in the truth trying to rehearse those things. Yeah, it's horrible, but we gotta talk about it. We gotta expose it. Because if not, we're gonna think that, oh yeah, you know, when we get to the kingdom, I can't wait till you what? Show me what that mouth do. Isn't that part of the lingo now? Go ahead, Uncle.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, I hope nobody in here got porn addiction. That's number one. But even if you don't got a porn addiction, this class is good. It's going on like any addiction in general.
Right.
Whatever addiction you got going on, if it's contrary with the spirit of the Most High, this class is the scripture that you bringing out goes right into like any addiction. So that's what I get from the class also.
And I'm hoping brothers and sisters are connected. Addiction comes from a lack of discipline. That's where it comes from. You don't have a true love for the Father. You don't have a love for yourself, honestly. Because all these addictions are given to us by the people that hate you. That they literally hate you, so they can't get you hooked on crack. They can't get you hooked on weed, but let's get them hooked on butt crack. Porno. Yes, what's up, Al?
What I'm learning from the class in a few simple words is just to reject the devil.
Reject the devil. That's it. You want to be free from anything, resist, say, whatever your addiction is, you can break it. Brothers and sisters, understand that. You can flee. and all this, it takes this recalibrating your mind. Yeah, go ahead, sis.
It's a question. So I kind of, like, the question I put in the chat, I kind of missed, like, the explanation because my phone had gone out in the sense of, like, FaceTiming. What did you say about that?
Say that again.
Like, FaceTiming in the sense of you and your husband
Right.
being intimate over the phone.
You and your husband, where's your husband at? Is he in a whole different country?
But if he was to be, is that okay?
He's in a whole different country for how long?
Probably like a year.
Come on, sis. Your husband he's a soldier, so we'll send him to he'll go to Rochester, Houston. 30 days.
3 months.
3 months. What should you use that time to do? I mean, you should use that time to say, okay, well, I have the opportunity to not have to do some of the duties as a wife, but my desire is to make the kingdom. See, it's like we're looking for ways to facilitate our flesh. Again, I'm not saying it's unlawful, but why is that the first thing we're thinking about? Why is that something that we're thinking about? Like, I can't wait till you come home to do these things in person. Why build up that tension that you can't release? You're going to be sending me videos and I'm going to be like, Diddy, you got any more baby oil? You see dirty socks in the laundry room. What's the intention? I can't do nothing. Like, that's why I never understood that whole stripper club thing. You go to the strip club, you gonna get all excited and can't do nothing. But what it does though, for some brothers, some sisters, you take it as far as well, let me go grab somebody off the street. Where do you think rape comes from? It's a seed that's planted to now I can't even control and restrain myself. Now I'm just gonna grab anybody and everybody, or I just show you how I feel right now, or let me just show you how I feel right now. That's what brothers and sisters have to see. It comes from a lack of discipline, not freeing the desire. Yes, I know. Yeah, oh man, I miss you, baby. I miss your smell, your smile, your touch. I can't wait till you get back home. And do it the right way. Again, I'm not saying it's unlawful, but what's it going to lead to? See, a spiritual-minded man judges all things. They're aware, they're conscious. If we go down this rabbit hole, where's it going to lead us to? Y'all see that? Go ahead. Did that answer your question?
Yeah.
All right.
1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 11.
Right. Another brother gives 2 Timothy 2:19.
Let him eschew evil.
Right. That definition of eschew again. What you had, Ariel? Who had a quick one? Or the one I had. It said to intentionally avoid or give up something, especially because you think it's wrong or improper. So you intentionally avoid these things. Go ahead. Because what it's going to lead to. Go ahead.
And do good.
And what?
And do good.
So avoid the things that's going to lead you down the wrong path, but chase after, desire after, thirst after the things that are good.
Right.
Right? Go ahead.
Let them seek peace.
Let them do what?
Let them seek peace.
Let them seek pleasure.
Peace.
Let me seek another video to watch.
Peace.
Come on.
And ensue it.
And ensue it. The definition of ensue. Ensue. I got one. It says to or here goes some synonyms. To follow. To follow. To follow after. What else you got? Proceed. What else you got? You got anything on the suit? Come after. What you got? Right,
Ensue out of 1828 Webster.
Yep.
To follow in a train of events.
To do what?
To follow in a train of events.
Right. Leave the evil. We know that it shouldn't. These filthy things and acts should not be named amongst us. Not as the righteous, not as the saints, not after those that are fighting for the kingdom. That should be named after brothers with these powerful Hebrew Israelite names. That shouldn't be, these acts shouldn't be connected to sisters with these Hebrew Israelite names. These are the things of the nations, the base creatures. Because we know how to what? Follow the Father. And to what else? What is that?
To follow in the train of events or course of time, to succeed.
To do what?
To succeed. To come after.
To come after. To come after what? Righteousness, the Father. Y'all see that? And it can be done. That's what this class is about. It's not shaming you. It's supposed to be to motivate you. Let's expose it, but then let's problem solve. Right. Let's get the right method. And the method is to flee. That's all. And you can do it. 2 Timothy 2:19.
2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 19.
Go ahead.
Nevertheless, the foundation of the Most High standeth sure.
You got to check your foundation. Check your foundation. In these last days, the time is now for us to wake out of sleep. It says what? Our salvation is nearer
than when we believe.
Nearer than we ever believed. Now is the time to consider, like, damn, do I literally want to be caught with my pants down when your house shine cracks the sky? You want to be on www.com. Go ahead.
Having this seal, the Lord knoweth them that are his. And let everyone that nameth the name of Hamashiach depart from iniquity.
Let him do what?
Depart from iniquity.
Right, because you picked a side. You picked a side, like Joshua said.
Are you for us or against?
As for me and my house, what?
We will serve the Lord.
What's in your house? What's dwelling in your temple?
Exactly.
Is it the Father? Is it righteousness? Is it all these goodly things, or is it what? The filth? It can't be both. Y'all see that? Last point. You have to hate evil. You have to hate evil. All right, little brothers, it makes you as loud as you want, man. I'm bronchothiah how I hate the evil because I don't get that taste anymore. Right? David said, "Don't I hate them with a perfect hatred?"
That's right.
Don't I hate them with a perfect hatred? How many of y'all hate Pornhub? How many of y'all hate these porn sites? OnlyFans, strippers, and not hating the people, the spirit. We hate it so much because it has our people entangled in it, following after it. That's what we're supposed to hate. It had us. It had us. That's why we hate it. Because it would have led us to our death. And it's going to lead some of our own brothers and sisters to their demise if they don't wake up. Learn how to hate the evil. Proverbs 8 and 13. Proverbs 8 and 13. Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 13. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride and arrogance,
Arrogancy.
and the evil way.
And the evil way. So we gotta hate the girls. And again, it's not the individuals. It's the spirit that comes in and looks to just manipulate and molest us spiritually. To where you think there's nothing wrong with two dudes. What do you call it? Tris Nathaniel. That's what we called it back in the day. Tag team. Eiffel Tower. Train. You got women, I see it on social media. They like trains. And it's not white women, it's women of color. Blacks and Hispanics. Pick a side. What is that life going to do to you? Where is it going to lead you? To your own demise. It's evil. Learn to hate the evil. Go ahead.
And the evil way. And the forward mouth.
Like the perverse mouth. You can't even talk sexually to your wife anymore. You talk to her like she's a streetwalker. Oh, I can't wait till I do it. Like, yeah, that's how you treat your daughter, Zion. That's how you treat your blessing. It's supposed to be fun, but it's still gotta be clean. Why do we associate fun in the bedroom with something dirty? Talk dirty to me. So we were the clean vessels. Well, go ahead, Doc.
I used to hate that because I used to be like, damn, what do I say?
Go ahead, Doc.
Me and my rib was in Utah.
Yeah.
And we was out there working and stuff. And this girl came to work, and she was just like excited and like just spreading her story that happened the night before. And she was basically saying she got like passed around by two black dudes at the same time.
And she was excited.
And she was just going around telling everybody like, yeah, girl, that's what happened last night. Like it was like something that was good. And just,
Forward, forward, perverse. Right, finish it up.
I do hate.
Right. Do you hate these things?
But do I?
Do you hate those things? Or you just something that you say in front of brothers and sisters? Go to Psalms 97 and verse 10.
Psalms
97 verse 10.
97 and verse 10. Ye that love the Most High, hate evil.
Do what?
Hate evil.
Come on.
He preserveth the souls of his saints.
Right. The Most High can preserve you. He gives us the ability to free from that demon. Whatever, I like the book, we said all addiction, but no, tonight we ain't running from it.
Right.
We ain't running from it. We ain't gonna try to masquerade like this is an alcohol class. Nah, we got those. This ain't the weed class. It's the porn.
Right.
The spanky spank.
Right.
Right? The masturbation class that we have to free ourselves from. Brothers and sisters. Or do we want our children following the same way? Go ahead.
He delivered them out of the hand of the wicked.
Go ahead.
Lights.
What verse you at?
Verse 11.
Now that's it. Now go to Romans 7 and 13. Romans 7 and 13.
Romans chapter 7, verse 13. Was then that which is good made death unto me? God forbid. But sin, that it might appear sin, working death in me by that which is good, that sin by the commandment might become exceeding sinful.
Right. For we're supposed to be able to see now. We're supposed to be able to break down spiritually why we don't eat pork, why we don't follow these pagan days, why you're not supposed to be entertained watching someone else have sex. We're supposed to be able to break that down because we understand that it will lead to death. Right? But go to Romans 1 and 20, I'm sorry, Romans 1 and 32. See, we're supposed to be in the truth, in the understanding, knowing that these things that the nations want us to desire, these unnatural affections, these inordinate affections, what the consequences of them. What's the consequences of threesomes at Judgment Day? What's the consequences of dildos and vibrators and sexual toys? Read that.
Romans chapter 1 verse 32.
Yeah.
Who knowing the judgment of the Most High.
You know what it's going to be. You know there's not going to be vibrators, dildos, threesomes, orgies, and all that other filth in the kingdom. You know it. Go ahead.
That they which commit such things are worthy of death.
What would the judgment be?
Worthy of death.
The judgment's going to be death. Read on.
Not only do the same.
But the problem is, brothers and sisters act like that's not the judgment. Why? Because the Most High didn't kill you while you was looking at porn? Are you gonna wait till he cripples you? Are you gonna wait till you bust a blood vessel and then you never can have children or satisfy your wife? Or does she have to literally tell you that you can't satisfy her because you make love to her like a daggone porn, like she's a piece of meat? Right. That's what you were waiting for? Go ahead.
But have pleasure in them that do them.
That's the double standard. That's the hypocrisy.
Right.
You know that this is filth. The Most High is not pleased with it, but then, and you go out and say it. That's 2013 right there. You wicked, but then you watching it. You indulge, you entertain it. See, you're not really hating that evil. Mm-hmm. You literally encouraging it. You're encouraging it. Yeah, you might as well tell people, go smoke crack. Are you suicidal? Why don't you just jump? You might as well do that. That's the same spirit that you're moving in. When we entertain that porn. Go back to that Romans.
Romans chapter 7 and verse 14.
Go to read 13 again. Another brother gets Psalms 101 and 3.
Was then that which is good made death unto me? God forbid. But sin, that it might appear sin, working death in me by that which is good, that sin by the commandment might become exceeding sinful.
Exceeding sinful. That's supposed to be, that's supposed to be, no, touch not, taste not, handle not. I ain't messing with that. Not cause Kazakia, Bakar, the brothers, my husband, no, because the Most High said so. That's why I'm discussing this thing. That's why I'm not even considering these things. Go to Psalms 101 and 3.
Psalms chapter 101, verse 3. I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes.
But what is wicked? Brothers got a precept for that. What is sin? Sisters got a precept for that. It's not everything that they're doing on these sites opposite of the commandments.
Transgression.
What is the transgression? You're breaking. You're breaking what you said you love. How much you start to hate those things. That's what the mind we have to be in, to hate the evil. Go ahead.
I hate the work of them that turn aside.
You do what?
I hate the work of them that turn aside.
Right, you don't hate them, we hate their works. Well, how can we go out and hate their works if we're doing the same thing? Read.
It shall not cleave to me.
It should not be known. It should not be attached. The thought pops up, that don't linger long. It's like, whoa, why am I thinking about that? Why am I thinking about doing that? Why am I even, where did that come from? These supposed to be disgusting. This should make you want to spit. Rinse your mouth out, like, oh, go set some prayers up. Make a phone call. Romans 7 and 15.
Come. Romans chapter 7 and verse 15. For that which I do, I allow not. For what I would, that do I not. But what I hate, that do I.
The what?
But what I hate, that do I.
Right, it reveals. You really don't hate it. You really don't hate it. You don't mind. You don't mind the pride parade. You don't. It doesn't disgust you that they took the Most High's covenant, the symbol of His covenant, and tried to make it defiled. You don't have a problem with gay clubs, gay marriage. You don't have a problem with broken homes because the wife wanted to be a porn star. What's the basketball player name? This guy that he dated the porn star. So she told him, what's his name? No, they got see so many. It's so many. No, I'm thinking about the old guy.
No, his wife had the OnlyFans.
His wife, right? She was a porn star, and he said that. No, we gotta get it. He was a porn star. She was a porn star, and he married her. And she told her part of their marriage was she wasn't going to engage in that kind of business anymore. But now he's not in the mainstream. Look it up, Google it. Don't just shout out Google it. Now he's not in the mainstream. She went back on OnlyFans. And what did she tell her? You met me like this. She never hated it. She never loved what her husband brought her to. She wanted the attention of men. She wanted the people to say, ooh, nice body, nice legs, nice curves. She didn't hate that. Who was it?
It was Joe Smith.
Joe Smith, right. Because Joe Smith used to be a guy back in the day. He used to play with like Golden State and stuff like that, you know. Yeah, he was good. But his wife was a porn star, but she didn't hate that either. She still was tempted by that, so she couldn't flee that. She willingly ran back to it. Right? Is that what you're doing? Are you willingly running back to the film? Right? Where we at?
Romans chapter 7 and verse 16.
Read 15 again.
Come. For that which I do, I allow not. For what I would, that do I not. But what I hate, that do I.
Right. Verse 18.
Come. For I know that in me.
Do you know what's in your flesh? That's why I took a second to ask brothers and sisters, when did you start writing porn? How old were you? How old were you? It didn't just disappear. Look at the addicts on the other side. I met this brother and sister who were recovering heroin addicts. The brother said, I'm 30 years. 30 years. He didn't say, I used to. I'm 30 years clean because all it takes is one what? One temptation that you don't get. It ain't a slip. Nobody slips and does something. You give yourself to it. You don't slip and go www. And scroll down the page, get the Vaseline, get the baby oil, lock the door. You don't slip and do that. That's what you willingly do.
It's all one motion, huh? It's all one motion.
Yeah, and you literally, in the same motion, you literally turn off the spirit, turn off the mind stuff, and give yourself to it. See, that's what we have to see is about hating that whole process that led you up to that filth. Hate that whole process that you tuned out the spirit of the Most High. Read it again.
For I know that in me, that is in my flesh, the will of no good thing.
Don't tune out that without this wisdom, we would be beasts. Don't forget that. Don't forget what manner of woman you are, what manner of man you are. We all have some filth. Like the brother said, he don't deal with the porn addiction, but there's an addiction he deals with that he has to overcome, that he has to battle. We all have it. We're talking about this porn. Why? Because it's so pushed in the minds of our people, this world. It's time to get free from it. It's time to learn how to hate it. Go ahead.
For to will is present with me, but how to perform that which is good I find not.
Why? Because you're not. It's again go back to last week. Because you're not really despising it. You're not really hating it. You want to keep it in the closet. Like back in the days before they had the mobile app porn, where did they put their porn magazine? Well, I know where I found my friend's father's porn magazine. It was in his closet. Secret Sins. Where's yours at? Under the bed? Huh? Under the mattress? In the bathroom? In the ceiling? Where's it at? Wherever it's at, the Most High sees it. Go to last scripture, 2 Corinthians 7:11.
Come. 2 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 11.
Yeah.
For behold, this self same thing, that ye sorrowed after a godly sort.
That you what?
Sorrowed after a godly sort.
What does it mean to sorrow after a godly sort? What does that mean? What does that mean to sorrow after a godly sort? Somebody help us out. Knock us out. What does that mean to sorrow after a godly sort?
It means to be ashamed of your doings, but also having that repentant mind to, want to have a change of mind. So you make the effort to make the precautionary measures to keep yourself from doing the same thing.
Right, but what does it mean to have that godly sort? Use your point. Go ahead.
To have that godly sorrow means that you have a like have a godly sorrow is basically saying you feel sorry for transgressing against the Father. Mm-hmm. So it's now I reflect on my past or I reflect on my actions. I'm sorrowful for sinning against the Father. And like Natazak said, now I'm gonna repent and put effort in to change. Right? Don't neglect it, but actually analyze myself, examine myself, and say, I know what I was off, I was wrong, I'm sorrowful, let me repent and change.
Right. They're both on point. Ariad and Arakat.
It says a deep sense of sadness that comes from a person's sin, but focuses on the relationship with the Most High rather than the consequences of sin. Godly sorrow is about
give me some the Google on point.
Yeah.
Let me hear it. Because it should have been in everybody's hand, because if it wasn't the porn, if it wasn't the masturbation, everybody should have a godly sorrow, because none of us was clean.
Yeah.
Everybody should be able to give that definition, what godly sorrow is. Go ahead, Alakar. I done set myself in every all that answer.
It ain't to be as eloquent as our brother, but just kind of sort of sick to your stomach about what you're doing.
Right. Being sick to your stomach.
You don't want to do it no more. You don't want to displease the Father anymore regarding this thing that, like you say, you repent, but it's like a serious repent.
That you hate. That you hate. Hating what the Father hates. Hating that you were weak and gave in. Hating that you was disobedient. hated that you didn't yield to him. Yeah, that's how you flee this thing. That's how you break free from porn addiction. What's up?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like what I said. Don't give the. This might not be an eloquent, or what they said that, the brothers gave an eloquent, their eloquent perception of what you were asking. The sorrow, which is a godly sort. The Most High, we're looking at ourselves, we're cleaning ourselves up, right? Right? And this should be our desire, this should be our intent, right? When we do things out of ignorance, or when we do things intentionally, right? That sorrow that we should have is not only that I transgressed the laws of the Most High, but that I taught my brother and I taught my sister to transgress the laws of the Most High. Right. And so knowing this, having that knowledge of that, that's what's supposed to bring you to that sorrow that causes you to repent, and that's the godly sort.
Right. Yeah, I like those more personal, heartfelt, sincere. Not that the definition you have is wrong. Not that what you brothers say wrong. You put that all together. Because it's not just one answer. It's supposed to be, it's supposed to be endless answers, reasons what godly sorrow is. I like that he said, because you connected it to your brother. You connected it to your brother. How do you tell me that you love me if you're engaging in stuff that's going to destroy you? That if I coveted your gift, it would destroy me. How do you tell me that you love me? How do you tell your children that you love them if you're entertaining things that the Father will destroy them for as children? These are the things that we have to learn how to perfect our hate. Not when you talk about bigotry, you talk about hate for the spiritual wickedness in high places. Y'all see that? Keep reading.
2 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 11.
Oh, you get on that.
For behold, this self-same thing, that ye sorrow after a godly sort.
After a godly sort. That's what all those definitions, they can start flowing. When I think of sort, I used to work at FedEx, right? We used to call it the night sort. That's when the trucks come back to the building, you got to unload all the packages. You had to sort them. It's to be a whole assortment of reasons why we would not go to a porn site. Why we would not be entertained by that spirit of porn. Okay. That spirit of masturbation. It'd be a whole assortment of reasons. Go ahead.
What carefulness it wrought in you. Yeah. What clearing of yourselves. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What indignation.
Indignation. Get that definition. Keep reading.
Yeah. What fear. Yeah. What vehement desire. Yea, what zeal. Yea, what revenge.
What?
What revenge.
What
revenge.
Oh, that means you owe. When you talk about revenge, everybody knows revenge when they talk to somebody about, when we talking about somebody stepping on your shoes. I gotta get revenge.
That's right.
Somebody said to your mama, I gotta get revenge. What about your offense to the Father that you continuously do? Are you thinking about cleaning yourself so you now can revenge what you did? What you got?
Indignation.
Come on.
It says anger or extreme anger.
It said extreme anger. Disgust. At yourself. And not that, I'm angry, I'll get some garbage. No. The anger that's going to motivate you to get clean, to be careful, to be passionate, to have this righteous zeal. Go ahead.
It says mingled with contempt.
Mingled with contempt. What you got?
Resentment.
Vexation. Going back to the sister's definition, that resentment. Like, how did I do that? Why did I get myself to that? Why did I resist the spirit of the Father? Why didn't I counsel? Why didn't I make a phone call? Why didn't I tell my husband? Why did I call the elder sister? Why did I hit the brother up? Go ahead.
Dissatisfaction.
Dissatisfaction with who? Your decision making. Because it ain't Satan can't make you do that. Nobody put a gun to your head to say you got to go on the porn site. Go ahead.
hurt.
The hurt. Are you hurt by it? Are you godly hurt? You have a godly hurt for the things that you yield yourself to. Go ahead, keep reading in the scripture.
Come. What revenge? In all things, ye have approved yourselves to be clear in this matter.
You have approved yourself that there's no, without a shadow of a doubt, this is something that I will never go back to. This is something, because that's why I like you trip or you stumble. Nah, you don't stumble. You do it. You do it. Say it again?
Yeah, no, like you were saying, there's too much action to go into that.
Right, yeah, there's too much willing action going into it. But when you have that, when you're approved in the matter, you're like, nah, that was it. I would never smoke a cigarette again. I would never smoke crack again. I would never go to a porn site again. I would never beat off again. I would never have a lust for a woman again. That's how you break free from that porn addiction. Y'all see that? I mean, we went over a little bit, but any questions? Any comments? Yeah.
I just heard a comment real quick. Just going on the just the class, the type of spirit that it got me in is just making me like realize like no matter what addictions that we face, it's not worth the kingdom.
Right.
Like we trying to strive for everlasting life, to be in the kingdom, to be that holy nation that we were supposed to be from the beginning. And it's like to miss all that over a porn site is just like it doesn't make sense. Right. Whether it's porn or whatever addiction that we dealing with, no addiction is worth missing out on the kingdom. So I feel like if brothers and sisters realize what we fighting for and just keep meditating on the fight and the promises that we're gonna receive, I feel like just keeping that in mind is just like, just think about that before you try to indulge into your addictions. You know what? What am I fighting for? I'm fighting for the kingdom. Is this worth me missing the kingdom out for? And I feel like the brothers meditate on that and sisters keep us from indulging in these addictions.
Right. On point. Right.
I think this is a really good scripture, the one we ended with, to really help you look at yourself. To really make you realize like how it makes me ask myself, or it makes me question and examine myself, okay, was I ever not angry with my own sins, or was I ever angry at somebody else's?
You gotta say that part again. You gotta say that part again.
Was I ever not angry at myself and my sins, or was I always angry at somebody else's?
Listen, that's my thought right there. That's exactly what the conscience has to be for us that know this truth. You know, you're angry at everybody else, but what about you?
Yeah,
exactly. What you want to say something?
No.
I mean, that's class. That's class. Well, who's on tomorrow? It's Rochester. I believe Sabbath class will be on S.O.W. Rochester because Zion is back in New York. Anybody, if there's any changes, we'll put it in the chat. They can't text and on our YouTube or Facebook page, but let's salute them online. Say Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.